Yeah, I think I was just my parents like really baby coddled me as a child. I also this is another. I didn't speak till I was 3, which is. But like my parents would be like, Brandon,
You're not autistic,
go get
you're
the
retarded.
blanket, and I would like. You cracked the code, dude.
Brandon, get the blanket. I got the blanket.
This is a Your Last Resort production.
And welcome back to the Your Last Resort podcast with your host, Brandon Lejean. This week, I'm joined by a very special guest for episode 123. It's Mike Eaton. Thanks for doing the podcast.
Whoa, 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, dude.
That's
whoa,
sick.
That's cool. I didn't even realize that.
It's like counting, dog.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
dope.
I thought I could teach you some things on this podcast.
Dude, so 50, that's 100. So you've been doing them weekly, right?
Yeah, I've been doing them weekly.
So that's over 2 years of pods.
Yeah, dude.
That's dope.
Thank you. It was because I became a comic 3-4 months pandemic, and then I was like, well, I don't want to just do nothing, so I started the podcast right as the pandemic hit. It actually was the first 3 episodes were like very Bill Burr-esque. It was just me by myself talking,
awesome.
and then I was starting to just say wild shit to get people to
Yeah.
like.
Dude, you and Eli did the same thing. That's how his podcast, Caspergers.
Yeah.
It literally, like, one of the episodes was him taking a shit ton of acid and just recording. He's on a plane.
Oh my god!
Overseas. He's like flying
What?
to Thailand on a bunch of, or Vietnam or something,
Just talking to himself.
making a podcast on a plane on acid. Like,
Imagine how mad you would be if you sat next to him.
for real, dude. You thought a crying baby was bad? You've got to do like the pyramids of batteries. You know?
Crying baby, grown man on acid doing a podcast.
Like, it's like, I can't imagine over. When he told me that he did that, I was like, bro, what? No.
Yeah, that's way.
No.
That's so much significantly like less worse than my thing. Mine was just that because I did the would you rather's.
Yeah.
It was like, would you rather sit on a dick and eat a cake or eat a dick and sit on a cake? And I like joking. I don't like cake, so I was like, well, I know I hate cake, but I don't know if I hate dick. And then I remember my dad like listened early on.
He's like, fuck.
And I remember he sat we were in the car one day and he kind of turned the music down and he was like, hey man, do you really want to like eat a dick? Like, were you being for real when you said that? Like, and I was like, no, I was just joking. He's like, well, then why would you say it? Like, it wasn't mean by him, but there was such genuine disappointment in his voice. I was like, okay, maybe I should just.
Dude, it's wild because comedy podcasts really blur the lines of like how much of it is genuine and how much of it is joking. Because I have moments like definitely where I'm saying stuff just in the moment because it's very funny.
Yeah.
And it's like, ha ha ha, we're laughing about this.
Yeah.
I said this not because I genuinely feel it, but because in the moment it was the funniest thing I could say.
Exactly, yeah.
And for me, that's usually the worst thing, you know? So like something, and then there's other times where I say stuff and I do mean it. And it's like, how do you know?
Yeah, I guess that is kind of weird. Yeah, because it's like, because we're doing bits, but then it's like, because there's moments where you're like, take me seriously, guys. Yeah. And then you're like, yeah, 9/11 was kind of funny, dude. And everyone's like, when are you? And you're like, but that part was a joke. And it does get kind of awkward. And then sometimes you're also like, oh man, did I just like, I said some crazy shit to like, for like 46 people. Like, was that... What if someone goes back and listens to that and I just was saying it, or you did someone's podcast and like, I get 2 listeners, and you're like, I said that for 2 people, and then one of the 2 people did not like that.
Dude, fucking, so last night, this Friday and Saturday I hosted for Michael Yo at Vulcan, and Tone Bell was featuring, and the first night, Friday early show, was like work.
Yeah.
Like the first couple jokes, like, they did okay, but I really had to turn up the energy and really get them on my side. And by the end of it, I felt like I had like a 6 or 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
I was like, all right, that was I did a good job as a host.
Yeah.
I didn't murder, but I did good. Next show, 10 o'clock shows, great. They're a little more drunk. They're a little rowdy. I can get a little fucked up with them. That fits me comedically better.
Totally.
8 out of 10. I'm like, fuck yeah. And then last night, early show, they're already pretty drunk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, all right, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
And Saturday early shows are usually the best, just on weekends.
Yeah.
And I had several of the door guys that are comics and staff people there say that was my best set of the 4.
Yeah.
And I did really well, like big pops on stuff. And also walked 2 people.
Hell yes.
So wild. Keith Ray told me afterwards, he was like, I got to tell you. In his Keith voice. I loved him. He's like just driftwood came to life. He's my favorite.
He is. I did hosted Jimmy's Bomb or Get Bombed, and he was the soundboard guy.
Oh,
and Jimmy is in like some foreign country.
He's in Scotland. For Edinburgh Fringe Fest.
He's out there. And like we didn't understand the full instructions of how to work the soundboard, so we had to run a soundboard through Keith's phone.
Wow.
Like through Bluetooth through the speakers. and he calls me over to the sound booth because we have to switch at one point, and he hands me his phone. And first off, it's an iPhone like 7.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh wow, I didn't even know these still existed. Yeah. And then
it's the 3GS, man. That's pretty cool. Whoa.
And then I assume there's going to be a soundboard app. No, he has an internet browser to a free soundboard website.
Freesoundboard.com.
Porn, like ads popping up on the side of the screen. I'm almost clicking on him. His phone keeps closing, but of course he doesn't have a password on his phone either.
What for?
Keith is hilarious.
I love him, dude. Yeah, he's
just a character.
Yeah, but he's the one that came up and told me. He's like, I didn't want to tell you before the last show, but during that first show, these 2 people walked out, and when they were walking out, they were saying I was super offensive and it was just wrong to say those things and shouldn't joke about that. And then Keith was like, What? Like, what was he saying?
Yeah.
And then one of the other door guys goes, don't fucking come back.
Hell yeah, dude.
But they weren't like people that had bought tickets for Michael and were excited to see him.
Yeah.
Because that's my first thought was like, how are you so upset by the MC that you don't even stay for the feature?
Yeah, for real.
Like, you have the bulk of the show left.
Yeah, you probably, what, 15?
I did 15.
Yeah, it's not like they had to sit through like an hour of you.
But they walked out at like 7. And they walked out, they were walk-ups, and they were from like Beaumont. But it was an older couple.
Yeah.
And they were just upset. And it's like, cool.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, too. Like, sometimes you say stuff and you're like, if you have enough people, it feels good to get the positive side of it. But you say fucked up crazy stuff. And you're going to have people like that. They're like, you can't do that. Don't say that.
And you kind of want everyone to like you. At least I do. I want everyone to like me. I know people are like, I don't care. I care, dude. I want everyone to like me.
Yeah, you don't want people. Okay, sorry, you like to be hated. That's so dumb. Your parents must have been fucking
dude.
weird.
Yeah. Sorry, I got hugs and kisses as a child.
Yeah, dog. What are you talking about? You know what my mom always told me? I believe in you. You're the best. You're gonna do amazing things.
Good job.
You know what my dad said? You're brilliant. You're so smart. I hope you succeed in this world. I was like, oh wow, now I want people to like me. Crazy.
He didn't lock you in the closet as a child.
No.
Tie a belt on the door so you couldn't get out and shit.
Yeah, maybe they were at work a lot, so they could afford for me to have a good life. You know, it's like, fuck, dog. I mean, so sure, funny. My relationship with validation is a little skewed. I need a lot of strangers every night to cheer and laugh for me.
Yeah.
It's probably not healthy, but
no.
But like, I don't need people to like me. Fuck you, dog.
Yeah, fuck that. You always there's like when I did the Columbus Comedy Zone with Galen, there was this one old dude in the front row, like 65. And he sat with his arms crossed and shook his head like through almost my entire set. Which, like, and I didn't have a bad set. Like, other people would be, the whole room would be laughing, and he would just be, and he was the only person I could see, dude. Only him. And he hated me so much that I remember, like, Galen was getting some big laughs from the front row, and I was like, this bitch got the old guy on his side. And I looked and he was gone. I walked the old guy. Like, and he was just there alone, bro, and he hated me. Hated me. And it's like, I don't even say that crazy of offensive shit on stage. I'd say silly shit, but he just was like, I hate you. And I was like, okay.
Isn't that so bizarre?
Yeah. I just wanted him to love me.
So I have gotten to a place where if someone hates me in the crowd and I'm doing well, and I can see or notice them, if I'm hosting, I won't say anything because it's just my job to do well and get the crowd excited and warm them up. But or featuring, but if I'm on like a showcase and that's happening, you bet your ass I'm gonna talk to them. Hey, why are you here? Why don't what the fuck is going on that you're like grumpy about what I'm saying? You see how everyone else likes it? What are you mad? Because generally, what I've found is that there are specific topics that no matter how good or well written or how funny a joke might be, if you broach that topic, they shut down.
Yeah, of course.
For me specifically, what I've noticed is that if you make any pedophile jokes, I have a Subway joke, and I have edited the joke over time to make it as clean as possible while still being a pedophile joke.
Yeah.
But I've had a couple of times where I like Jared, the guy that fucks kids. When you say fucks kids, there's a whole group of people in this country that are just like, nothing you say after that will fix it. I tried to fix it one time by not saying fucks kids, and I was like, how can I word that better? You know, that guy that bangs children? How is it worse? How is bangs children worse?
I don't.
It's so much more graphic. Like, you hear fucks kids, and you're like, You hear bangs children, and you're like,
he tosses them around the room.
He like brags about it. He's like, yo, I've been getting mad kid trim, dude. Like, he's got notches on his kitty bedpost.
Live just talking shit about it.
Exactly.
I tore up this little kid's booty hole.
Yeah, exactly. That's the clip. Yeah. That's the clip right there. Just you saying it.
Tore up that kid's booty hole.
Oh
shit. Yeah, dude, it is. I know what you mean, because I'm trying to work out a bit right now that has to do with black cops, and just the phrase, as soon as I say black cops in any form, I can just feel people like,
you know what you need to do?
What?
Go do that joke in Houston.
Do it in here.
Because here's the thing, Austin doesn't have enough black people.
Yeah.
So in the crowds, when you even just say the word black, there are going to be 20 white women that are like the same thing as kid fucking. They're just like, no, you can't talk about them. It's like what?
Yeah,
they want me to. Like, have you asked them? You know, that's why I fucking love Houston, because I have a bunch of jokes that I have where just a black person is involved.
Yeah,
my favorite thing of all time, and it's just a real thing, but it sticks in my head. I went to Target in California where I lived.
Yeah,
and a black lady walks in and she's on her phone and she's pushing her cart, like leaned over on it, kind of. And she's talking very loudly, and I just noticed her because she was loud. And then she looks over at a woman who's at the returns area who has like a big Louis Vuitton bag.
Yeah.
And she stops her phone and goes, "Girl, that is not a real Louis Vuitton purse." And it was just like, I froze because I was like, it's the best sentence that's ever been.
That's crazy to say that to someone.
But Louis Vuitton, like, you're so confident it's a fake and you don't know how to say the name. Like, everything about it was just, there was so much to unpack. And she's on the phone. Like, she was talking to someone, and she was able to talk while scanning and assessing that was a fake bag. And that she needed
That's
to
pretty
tell
talented.
her.
Multitasking.
It ripped my mind in half, but I've said, like, just preface that in Austin and at shows in Austin, just be like, here's a thing that's stuck in my head. I think it might fuck with you guys too.
Yeah.
And they all are just like, why does she have to be black? It's like, she doesn't, but she was.
Yeah.
Because that's how the story was, dude.
Yeah.
Why was Harriet Tubman black? I don't know, but she was. Like, do you want me to bring her up or not? Like, what are you talking about?
Dude, no, yeah, dude, because that's the same. Like, mine is even like, it's just like a historical fact. Like, it's that in the 1960s, when black cops like first became integrated police officers, they were not allowed to arrest white criminals.
What?
And only white cops could do that. I think just that concept is hilarious. So I like try and go in depth about how ridiculous and the scenarios that would come from that. And people just get like so uptight about it for some reason. But
what if we brought that back?
like in current times?
Yeah.
That would be pretty crazy.
Black cops, black criminals. White cops, white
It
criminals.
would stop police shootings.
I think it would help.
Yeah.
I think because like there is like a certain like racial camaraderie. Like there's just science behind it.
Yeah.
So like, you know, like I maybe it would help. I don't know. I don't know how to
That's
fix
hilarious
any problems,
look at
but
it, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It was just on the topic of how like you're like certain things just you can't talk about or all that shit. All right, dude. I want to talk about food stuff because you know you're a thick little boy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
You're
that's a great way of putting it. You're a thick little boy.
It wasn't me, you know.
No, I agree.
I was trying to state a fact that some people can say in mean ways, you know, and I did it eloquently, I believe.
I see. That's the thing too. Like with fat stuff, like I'm fat. That's like,
It's a fact. Yeah.
That's like how it works.
Yeah.
And the thing that like people get angry about is like if you use fat derogatorily, sure, but also like you know how when I have options of food, I usually get like ice cream or chocolate. You know, like that's how this happened. And like none of like very very few fat people got fat not on purpose.
Yeah.
So it's like, sure, that small subsect of the population that has a thyroid problem or has some glandular issue.
Or they're big-boned.
Yeah, or whatever. Dude, my bones are thick as fuck and covered in fat. Like, it's like both. You know?
Yeah. You're right because, man, I'm too high and I just lost my train of thought sentence.
But it's fine. Like, I'm fat. The thing that bothers me is when people that don't know me are like, haha, fat. It's like, just at least be creative.
Be clever with it, because I'm sure you've ran the gambit of it, of just people trying to be, like, funny about it. Here's the thing, dude. I'm on the
Gambit? The X-Men?
No, like, that's like...
Gambit.
No, is it Gambit?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Gambit is the X-Men that throws cards.
Yeah, but I thought it was like Gambit's a game and you're running the whole... No, it's Gambit? What's a Gambit?
I'm 90%.
All right.
Let's Google this.
Google that real quick.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I say phrases like that wrong all the time. I thought for the longest time, you know, where you live vicariously through someone... I thought it was bi-curiously.
Yeah,
like,
perfect.
You know, you're like...
Live vicariously through
you. Yeah, like you're kind of in it, but you're kind of not in it. And then it took me till about
So
a
you
year
live
ago.
vicariously through guys that fuck dudes?
Yeah, exactly.
He does it for me. He's bi-curious. Yeah. It is Run the Gamut.
The Gamut? What the...
Gamut.
Wow, dude. I've been saying that wrong my entire life.
And
no one's ever corrected
experienced me. Displayer perform the complete range of something. But to be fair... Mm-hmm. One of the first things, if you type in Run the Gamut on Google, one of the first things that pop up is it Run the Gamut or Run the Gambit?
All right, good. There's other people confused with
So a bunch of y'all are retarded.
I found my tribe, dude. I found my little touch tribe.
But so food.
Yeah, so, okay, well, yeah, I'm on the same page as you where I eat so shitty. My metabolism is currently goated. Like it just lets me eat like a piece of shit, and then I wake up.
Can't wait for you to be 40 and fat.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing too. I was also, and I know I had a little muscle, but I was 250 at one point for football, and I was still like fat. Like if you look at a picture of me, face is round, no neck, like chubby boy, clothes didn't fit very well.
Yeah.
So I've been there and I've gone back, and then now for some reason I just get to be skinny. It's awesome.
That's dope.
One day I'll be fat, but I wanted to
will.
ask you, what's your favorite type? First off, favorite type of food, like in a broader scheme, like like Italian, that kind of stuff, or like
So I think for me, if I have to pick something, I would say like Southern comfort style food.
Okay. Like fried chicken, mashed potatoes.
Yeah, chicken fried steak.
Okay, those are great, dude.
Cream corn, mac and cheese, coleslaw, like what you'd get at like
Cracker Barrel.
But Cracker Barrel sucks shit.
Yeah, I don't like Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel is a disgusting approximation of Southern culture.
Yes.
It's frustrating and offensive. I don't like that it exists, but I need it to exist so that the type of people that will eat there will stay out of the places that I want to go. There's a chain in DFW called Babes, and they kind of extend out of the greater DFW area. But the way Babes works is you go in and you can order either fried chicken, chicken fried steak, fried catfish, or sometimes they have like a pork chop at certain locations.
Yeah.
But it's just those four things, and you pick one of those, and then you get salad to start off with. And then you get unlimited of all of the rest of the stuff. Unlimited salad and then biscuits.
Oh, damn.
They have molasses and honey
you
put on them. and then mashed potatoes, cream corn, green beans, and gravy.
Fuck.
And so they just bring that to you until you can't move.
That's awesome.
And it's like $25.
I'm going to DFW in September, next month. So I'm gonna fucking.
Where are you going?
I'm doing like a show in like the north. Do you know who Rudy Ramsey is?
Yeah.
I'm doing one of
Rudynomics
his.
Entertainment.
I'm doing one of his shows, and I'm seeing a concert up there too. It's kind of like I was going for the concert, and then like got a show, and then gonna do it. So I'm gonna try that food. That sounds so fucking good. I love gluttonous places like that, bro. Like, you've had Korean barbecue, right?
Yeah, we need to get a group of us and go to this Honey Pig place that just opened.
There's a all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue in town. That's
Charm.
Is it? It's the one up north, like on Burnett. Yeah, that one I thought it was pretty good. I went there like a couple weeks ago for my birthday, and it was fire.
So I also thought that. I had some friends that took me there.
Yeah,
thought it was very good, and then Red Band posted on his story, because I trust his food opinions. He posted this place, Honey Pig, that's up in Pflugerville.
Yeah.
He's like, this is the best Korean barbecue in town. And I responded, I was like, not J Jim or Charm. And he's like, those are trash. And I was like, get the fuck, because I thoroughly enjoyed both those places.
They're so good.
I need to get a group so we can do the meat combo at Honey Pig.
I'm down. Like, is it all you can eat or?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck yeah, dude. I'm so down.
Dude, DeLuca Gaucho.
What's that?
You need to do that.
What's that?
It's Brazilian style pizza.
Oh,
so fogo de chao, where they just have meats walking
Yeah.
around. It's that, but change meat to pizza. They have 18 different pizzas.
Yo.
It's $25 for all you can eat. So they start off, they bring you a salad, whatever. Wasted
throw it
table.
away.
Meatballs.
Yeah.
Great. Lobster bisque.
Oh,
in
shit.
a cup for sipping. You don't even need a spoon, dog. It's fucking
That's great.
And then you got a little thing on your table. You flip it over to green. And then there are waiters literally just constantly going around with the pizzas. They're like, pizza?
That's so sick.
So good. They have a sopressata with hot honey. They have a 4 cheese with truffle oil. A tikka masala.
Damn, dude.
Turkish lamb.
This sounds amazing.
It's so much variety.
And this is in Austin?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And we were there for about an hour.
Yeah.
And we had an opportunity to try all of the pizzas at least twice.
Okay.
That was how frequently they were going around.
Yeah.
There were also, I went there with like fat people. So it was me, Darian, Trey, and Dylan Sullivan.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Like, it's the four of
Those are
us.
the 4 fattest people I know in Austin.
Yeah. and we're at an all-you-can-eat pizza place. So, like, even when we had it turned to red, the guy would be like, you guys seem like a buffalo chicken table. And we're like, you're right. You're fucking right, dog.
Do they give you whole slices or is it little slices
So it's
like
nice.
a fogo de chao?
They're pretty small slices.
Okay, that's great.
Because I had like probably 14, 15 slices.
Oh, damn, yeah.
Because you want to try everything, but some of them are incredible, and some of them are just okay.
Yeah.
A little overpowering.
Yeah.
But
fancy creations kind of get like that.
But it was 100% worth it. And it's really just CC's, but really nice.
Yeah.
It's nice decor inside, but it's just CC's.
I'd never been into a CC's till recently, and those places make me sad. They look sad in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a Shakey's, though. They don't have Shakey's out here, do they?
No.
Did you ever go to a Shakey's in California?
No.
They have, like, their whole thing is it's Shakey's, pizza, fried chicken, and Mojo potatoes. Like, their whole thing is their Mojo potatoes, which are just
more.
They're just like seasoned potato wedges. And like this place is so gross. Like same thing, like a shithole little arcade.
Yeah.
Like pizzas on trays as much as you want, fried chicken as much as you want, all that.
Yeah.
But dude, it's a place where you eat and then you have to take a shower after.
Yeah.
Like it just leaves you feeling like you got a layer of slime on you. But
damn, I'm fucked up. This sounds awesome.
It is awesome. I'm with you.
Okay, cool.
But it's like a place like once a year, and now it's like a thing where all of my friends are like, I'm too much of a grown up to eat there and do that to myself, and I'm like, but come on.
Yeah, but it'll be fun. So I get that. Like also like as a kid, you can do that stuff and you're just unfazed by it.
Yeah, you're fine.
So CC's has like a nostalgic place for like, because like after soccer games, they used to have, it was like I think Tuesdays, but it was all you can eat for $3.99.
Oh shit.
So like all of the kids after soccer practice would go there, and their parents would spend $4, and their kid could get obese. And like just like they just, because you're after soccer practice, you're gonna be a hungry little kid.
Yeah, that's
if you're
true.
a chubster like me, you're gonna eat 40 fucking slices of pizza.
Like, why is he not losing any weight?
He's putting it all right back in.
He's actually gained 25 pounds
Yeah.
since playing soccer. Damn, dude. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I feel like I love food now. I really enjoy trying new food. As a child, I was so fucking picky. Like so picky. I'm a piece of shit because I should have had this prepared. I'll show you after. I have this picture of me when I'm like, I'll Photoshop it in for the people watching. But like 9, 10 years old, I was like so skinny. I looked like I was from like an internment camp, like Auschwitz. I'm not exaggerating, dude. It's so bad. And because I refused to eat literally anything that wasn't like the most basic, like pizza, chicken nuggets. I was so picky. Like if food touched, I wouldn't eat it. I was the worst.
Are you on the spectrum?
I might have been. I don't think I am, and I never was.
You're doing good on eye contact, so probably not fully.
Yeah, and I did good in school, but that could mean I'm also on the spectrum.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm like, I do well in social situations. Sometimes I get overwhelmed. So maybe. What do you think, Doc?
I don't know. I wouldn't peg you as a big tism guy.
I don't think so.
But you probably like. So that's the thing too. It's a spectrum. So
Yeah.
Like, you can be all the way on either side of it. But I don't know. I mean, like I think also like kids.
Yeah.
Like, just food touching. It's like I don't like it.
Yeah, I think I was just my parents like really baby coddled me as a child. I also this is another. I didn't speak till I was 3, which is. But like my parents would be like, Brandon,
you're not autistic,
go get
you're
the
retarded.
blanket, and I would like. You cracked the code, dude.
Brandon, get the blanket. I got the blanket.
What if I just only talked like that now? You just unlocked something in me. It broke me like a sleeper agent.
It's like that Quantum Leap episode.
Yeah.
Where the guy looks at it and he goes, am I retarded? And he opens the mirror and he is. It's the fucking best thing of all time.
It's like a Truman Show moment for me, dude. My life is a lie.
Oh, man. So you didn't speak till you were 3?
Yeah, but my parents could they would be like, do this, do that, and I would do it, and then they would be like, say something, and I'd just be like, and I just wouldn't do shit. And then even for like a little, I guess, right before I spoke, I would use like not real words, but they would mean things. Like I would consistently,
Okay.
and then I just was able to speak. And then now,
Whoa. I wonder what was going on in your brain.
I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Like, cause school's been easy. Like I haven't had like the normal struggles of a retarded man.
Yeah. Well, so sometimes, so I am retarded, like for sure. Stuff like, so I have like pretty severe ADHD.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of stuff, but in terms of like processing, sometimes like just the first 10 things I think about something are so stupid.
Yeah.
So sometimes I love TikTok cringe.
Yeah.
So much. These people have never had a platform before to just be unabashed. They don't understand that we're laughing at them. And they're getting so much dopamine from the likes and shares that they're like, I'm famous.
Yeah.
And they're incredible. But there's one of my favorite genres is the guys that think they're super duper hot.
Oh, yeah.
And they do like the scenarios where like words show up on the screen and they're like,
Yeah, it's like their personality trait or whatever.
So
yeah.
There's one that it always gets me. But the scenario is so it's this kid. He's in like a black tank top.
Yeah.
And he's got the filters on like he's a bitch. You know? like he's like he's thoughting. You know, like his face is too smooth. But he's a guy. And he's in his tank top and his chain and his one dangly cross earring. And he's like, like just biting his lip at the camera. But the scenario is he's in class. And the teacher is saying, this is the language of the gods. No one can speak it. And there's like a TikTok song in the background.
Yeah.
And then it cuts over to him. And the filter makes his eyes glow like bright blue. And then he starts going like, no me ne. And then saying all these things. And she's like, how did you speak that? And he's like, I am the son of the gods. You know, but he doesn't say it. It just pops up in text. It just pops up in text. And then the whole class is supposed to be like stunned. But all of this information you're finding out from just words popping up on the screen. All he does in the video is,
Oh
like,
my god!
so it's 10 out of 10. Unbelievable. I can't wait in 20 years when he sees that and is like, oh my fucking God.
I can't believe I did that. We should take all those people and make them work like chain gangs on the side of roads, picking up trash, like something.
No, I want them to keep making their content.
No, we gotta get them together so they can make like mass
Hype
content.
house.
Yeah.
Cringe hype house, dude.
Here, we'll put it here in Austin, in Montopolis.
Do you want to know why I'm retarded?
Yes.
So I told you about that TikTok to tell you maybe baby you was speaking that language of the gods. And that's what you were saying. And then it like clicked and you're like, I gotta talk like people.
Yeah. It's just me in a different
That's
reality.
why you're not retarded. You're like a Hercules. And you came down, you're like, don't read it. And your parents were like, go get the blanket.
Bro, you're making me realize more and more dumb, like, because now blankets, I didn't have my blanket was, I just carried around this white rag, like it was a rag, like not a blanket. I hate what you're doing to me right now. I'm unraveling on the podcast.
Oh, no. You had a rag?
Yeah, my dad said that he forgot my blanket one time at my grandparents and just like grabbed the rag and was like, "This is your blanket." And I was like, "I don't think so." He's like, "It was," and then I wouldn't give it back. And it was,
Do you know what that was?
What?
That was your dad's cum
Rag?
rag.
Ah, you bitch.
That's why he had it so quickly. He was like, fuck, where?
Take this.
This one's clean.
Like, you're ruining my childhood. Remember how you talked about how you wanted to, like, oh no, I'm loved as a child. I thought I was, and now it's just, I'm dying inside.
I figured that out too. Like, I look back at my childhood and I was like, man, my parents loved me so much. They did everything to make me happy. And then I see all of my Facebook statuses from high school. It's like, I was so angry and sad.
Oh, bro,
I swear to God, 2/3 of my Facebook statuses were just like, girls, hit me up.
Yeah.
Text me.
Dude, me too. And like, I wanted to be a rapper, and I would post basically a poem.
Yeah.
On my Facebook page all the time, and I see him, bro, and I see him to this day, and it's like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and I'm like, I read them, and I'm like, I want to die, dude.
Yeah.
I want to
How old are
fucking
you?
die. I would have, right now,
Yeah.
25.
So I'm 31. So you're too young for MySpace.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
I just missed MySpace. Like I remember I made one, and then I was
Yeah.
like, no one's on this. Why am I on this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So MySpace was really big for my age group, and MySpace was where I did all of that.
Yeah.
I had a MySpace personality that I was Mr. Right, and then I wrote poems.
Oh, did you?
So many poems,
Did
dude.
people know it was you?
Yeah, it's my
Oh.
picture. Oh, and then the thing about that is that while there were all these poems and such, all of the rest of it was me just talking like a wigger. My
Yeah, same.
profile picture is me flexing in underwear, and the caption was, "Who want Plex? Ain't got none."
What does that mean?
Yeah,
I
correct.
don't know what that means now.
Plex is beef, like a 15-year-old DFW slang that maybe 40 people even knew
Yeah.
from like 2 rap songs. And I was like, "Who want Plex? You ain't got none." Like, what? You're 15 and white. What are you saying? You fucking idiot.
I had a fade and a lineup as a white guy, like a 4 all around with like a 4 to a 2 fade with a straight up edged out lineup with the ice pick sideburns. Best part is my dad is a barber, so I had to make him do this to me. Like he had to give his son this haircut.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
I wore a do-rag.
Oh, I never wore the do-rag.
I would wear a do-rag
This
with
was
a hat on
ironically.
top of it.
Oh, damn.
And I had a Superman CZ chain that I bought at the mall. My favorite hat that I owned, my dad bought for me. It was a baseball cap that he bought me at, like a baseball team hat that he bought me at Marshall's.
Yeah.
It was a big, wide, flat brim, and it had like 40 patches all over it. And it said Negro League. And it was every team from the Negro Leagues of baseball. And he was like, "This is a really cool hat. I got
Yeah.
it for you." So I would wear that with a do-rag,
That's
a Raiders
insane.
bomber jacket, like a tall white tee, and then jean shorts that I sagged.
amazing, dude.
Like, it was, and then I was driving like a Jaguar. and living in the suburbs. Like
I was same thing driving a Ford Ranger, just like equally as white.
walking around like the Grapevine Mills Mall. You know, like I'm in GameWorks using my dad's credit card to play video games, dressed like that.
Yeah.
Like what is happening?
It was, yeah, dude. Those were rough times looking back at them. Because I was obsessed with Eminem. So there was like the point where I wore like, bro, you know, Southern California, it's 95 degrees out, and I'm in a hoodie with big ear headphones around my neck, walking to school, like, fucking,
Till I collapse.
yeah. Bro, I remember I rode the bus just so I could be like the scene where he rides the bus. It's the only time in my life I've ever ridden the bus.
Marshall Mathers.
Yeah, looking out the window, played the exact song he listened to. I was like, my life is his, dude. Just pitiful, dude.
My rap name when I got into rapping.
Oh, I got a couple of them. I'll tell you them after.
Double Extra.
Double Extra.
XXTRA.
I like that.
Yeah.
For my first one was White Juice,
Good. Yeah. Great.
which is cum.
Yeah. It sure is. Your
Some
name was
kids
Cum.
gave me it as a nickname that now when I look back on it as a little, I go, they were making fun of you, Brandon. And then,
Yes.
and then I was 2% for a little bit. And then I was Clone with a K, which now I realize is not great as a white person.
No, sure isn't.
And it
No,
stood
buddy.
for like, you know how Drake is like do right and kill everything around me is like what Drake stands for.
I
Apparently.
did not know that.
He says it in like an old Drake song, and I was like, I gotta be like Drake. So I don't remember what it stood for, but it was probably like kill. I actually don't
Yeah.
even know what the L stood, but yeah, some shit like that. And then when I actually recorded, like I have music on SoundCloud.
I hope the N wasn't anything bad. Brandon. Mr. 2%, what was the N in clone? If you started with kill, I'm pretty scared.
Plead the fifth too. And then I was B Legend was the final one, which is
Yeah.
like, you know, I bet the best of the worst. I suppose
That's the best one for sure.
Yeah. And yeah, there's music on SoundCloud that you can find, and it's not good.
Oh, guys, go find that, please.
Yeah, I'll show you it after.
I sadly, maybe not sadly, but now in retrospect, it makes me sad because I do comedy. But at the time, I was very proud to I wiped the computer, my childhood computer that had all of the stuff. But I had all of my raps. So my thing was that I didn't want to just rap straight up. I wanted to combine emo and rap.
I've seen someone do this.
So I was basically XXX Tentacion like
Yeah.
10 years before he was even thinking about it. I was just really groundbreaking, except it was terrible. It was really bad.
Yeah.
I photoshopped. I had a picture of me with like a blue do-rag and a red Ranger's hat and my chain and like 2 pieces of a grill. Like
Yeah.
just these teeth. And I cut out my face and then I put it onto 50 Cent's body from the album cover of The Massacre.
Yes.
And that was my background.
That's
on my
amazing.
computer. On my computer. Like it's just this very shredded black body, and then my fat
Yeah.
white face on the top, like
15 years old, dude. Young as fuck.
just a fucking shot, dude.
God damn, dude. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That's so well. This guy, Gengar Daddy, who opened for Galen and me and Dom, like there was like 19 people on the show. He did screamo Pokemon rap. So like Gengar's a Pokemon. And
Yeah,
you
no,
wear
I
that
know.
Beanie. Okay, yeah, you're fat. You know
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah, it does. I like video games. They're fun.
Yeah. And he like it was jet like rap beat, but like and like would do.
Did you say Toblerone? That sounds good. I am fat.
That's what you heard out of that?
Toblerone.
That's your tism, is you can just pick out food in any word you hear.
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude. Oh my god.
You said white juice was kids making fun of you and you didn't realize it?
Well, it was one of those things where they like they ended up being like my friends for a
Mm-hmm.
couple years. Like so, they genuinely at first it was them like being mean.
Yeah.
And then it kind of stuck, and then I was just like, whatever. I think it's funny that like my name
Yeah.
has to do with cum. Like that's hilarious.
Do you know what AIM is? AOL
No.
Instant Messenger?
Oh yeah.
So that was from like 5th grade to 8th grade. That was how we all talked because people were just getting phones.
Yeah.
So mostly you would get home from school and then you'd log on to AIM and you had your friends list.
Yeah.
You do all the cool colors. When I moved from 4th grade to 5th grade, I moved from private Catholic school to a public school to a new area. And I like had trouble fitting in, and I was kind of like a teacher's pet and like a know-it-all, and it just wasn't a good look. So kids were kind of mean to me, but I wanted, to have friends. So when they'd make fun of me, I would like roll with them and be like, yeah, I am fat. That's so funny. It's like, I got the biggest tits in class. Like just trying to make the best of a bad situation. And a bunch of kids gave me a nickname. So I made that my first AIM screen name, but it was Fudge Packer.
Oh, shit.
And I thought it was like, you fudge.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fat. I got that fudge in my face. So my first AIM screen name was like Fudge Packer 91.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I'm like, it's me, Fudge Packer.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I just
so you got a weird crowd attracted to you.
I mean, like, thankfully it was just like within friends and stuff, but it just like, looking back on that, I was like, oh, buddy.
Yeah, fuck, dude. That's embarrassing.
That's only child shit. If you have siblings, they'd be like, we're going to go beat them up. But the only child, they're like, you can't talk to your parents about it. So you're just like, guess my friends all called me gay.
Yeah. I'm the oldest. So for me, it was like, I have 2 younger sisters. I'm not going to go. They're not going to help me with anything. So like, same thing. Like, I was like not a cool kid until like high school, and I started playing football. And then when I was good at football, like in high school things were fine, but like in junior high and those earlier times, like I was like a goofy kid, so like I had like both ends of it, where I was like not cool and then I was cool. And being cool is way better than
it's way
better, dude.
People, I don't get why people don't try to be cooler.
We kind of get
like, I noticed so many things, especially hanging out on like the back patio at Creek.
Yeah.
Because that's, as much as it's very fun, that's also, I don't think people give enough credit to how important it is to just be around for comedy.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky in that my day job doesn't preclude me from doing that.
Yeah.
So I get to spend a lot of time hanging out at the Creek. The other thing is like, every time I close out there, I overtip the bartenders. They're such good people. But so like, you hang out and you watch, but because of that, I can stay there. I can come in whenever. Usually I get a drink or two for free. Like everybody there is nice to me and they take care of me. I get a lot of opportunities from it. So it works out really well. But you can see people that don't want to hang out there and don't want to do all of the other steps. They just want the benefits.
Yeah.
And so they try to do their cool way of doing it. And you just watch, it's so cringe.
Yeah.
Just to see how transparent people are, just being nice to try and get something.
Yeah. Like you'll see people just like walk up like, oh, hey, how are you? Oh, that's good. Yeah. Hey, so can you get me on your show? Like so quickly and so blunt and like putting them on the spot in front of other people and shit. You're like, what are you doing, dude?
Well, and like, I've seen people like we're hanging around talking and then, someone will buy whoever's running the show a shot. And like we'll be doing a shot and I'm like, you want one? And like, I need to hit you up for a spot. It's like, don't, like, that's, why would you, like, just prostitute comedy like that?
Yeah, because I don't think there's a problem with asking for a spot, but there's, like, a way to do it. Like, I know this sounds weird. I don't usually do everything in person, but I think it's better to just send someone, like, a DM or a message with your tape. Yeah. Because you're not putting them on the spot. They can, like, and it's just, like, the worst they do is just read it and don't respond, or just, like, I'll get you on later, or no, man, like, can't right now, like. It's not, but the worst is when you just see, it's like there's so many people you can tell, like, I think you're kind of going this way, that weren't ever cool, so they don't have, like, social cues and interaction skills, and they break, like, those societal norms that you're, as normal people or autismed people like us who pretend to be normal, we get that you can't break, like, those boundaries, and when you see people do it, everyone who gets that is like, what's happening right now? Why are you doing this? Why are you making this weird?
Dude, it's very bizarre. I mean, I don't know. I think the thing about asking for shows. Yeah. So I only ask out of town. Yeah. So if I'm like gonna be in a city or I'm traveling somewhere, then I'll hit people up and ask for shows. But in Austin, the like rare exception to that are like if there are big monthly shows that I want to do that I haven't been on before. Yeah. I will hit the person up, and I won't ever hit them up unless I've talked to them and gone and seen the show and been there before. So like most of the time, the shows that I get are just people, hey, do you want to do this spot? And I'm like, yeah, because then when I have the rare occasion where a group of friends are in town and I have nothing lined up that night, hey, can I pop in and do a guest spot? Oh yeah, Mike never asked for anything.
Yeah.
You know, like I think it's we all get caught up in this wanting to do as much as possible, but if you go and do as much stage time as possible and just ignore the ego of being on as many shows, the shows start to come.
Yeah.
I mean, it took me a long time to get there and like a lot of really hard work, but now I get shows consistently and it's nice.
Yeah.
You know, it feels really good, but it feels better knowing that those are people asking me to do the show because they've seen me somewhere or heard about me crushing somewhere and they're like, yeah, we want him on our show. Yeah. That feels so much better than, hey, can I do your show? Yes. Yeah. Because like when I first started here in Austin in 2018, I would ask to do shows and people would just say no. I was like, oh, that sucks. Like, I think I've earned it, but I guess not. And then I would go to Houston and San Antonio and be like, hey, I'm in town. I'd love to pop in on stuff. Yeah. And I'd watch the Facebook groups. And that's how I got shows started. And then, you know, just from there, it was like, well, I'm not going to ask people because, like, I don't want to bother them. You know, like, like if they're booking, like, so I'd rather just be around and know all of the people. And then when they want me on their show, I'll be on their show. Yeah. And if I don't have shows that week, then I'm going to go do mics. And I'm going to go watch other shows.
Yeah, to me, it's just like, I guess it's like, I don't just like, you know, ask a stranger. It's like if I've met someone and performed with them and then maybe, and I'll just be like, if there's any future openings. Because for me, I just took it as it's like, I understand because I get booked on shows too where people ask, and obviously that feels way better when someone's like, "Are you free on this day?" And you're like, "Well, yeah, I am. Like, I'd love to do it." Yeah, but I also there's like if I know someone well and I ask, and it's like I'm betting on myself, and I'm like, I'll be funny, and then I do well, and then they go like, "Oh, he's funny now. Okay, I'll book him in the future again." When the kind of the cycle runs through, I guess is the kind of the way that I saw it.
No, yeah, that makes sense too.
But I get like there's like a fine line where it's like you can't just like be the DM whore guy, or I'll do it if I have like I hit up a bunch of people when I found out I was doing the comedy zones with Galen. I called in like all the favors I had because I was like, okay, this is something that I don't give a fuck if they're like, why are you asking? It's like, bro, like I have like an opportunity that I need to actually really get ready for. And then now it's just kind of like the last month of shows that I've been getting have just been people asking, which has been exciting. It's fun to start doing shows that I really wanted to do when I first moved here, and I was like, it felt like I would never get to do them, and now I'm like, dude, I'm doing them. This is fun.
Yeah, it's fucking sick. And that's also like when you don't force it. Yeah. Like that stuff feels a lot more gratifying. Yeah. As you get there. Dude, like Don't Tell runs really great shows in Austin. Like 4 or 5 months into comedy, there's a guy who works for them. Yeah. Who did an open mic that was at this place called Mr. Tramp's. Yeah. Fucking shithole.
It's an Eagles bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go there and watch Eagles games.
Dumpster
Me
fire.
and Colin, dude, their cheesesteaks are good. We just get drunk and yell with other Eagles fans.
Cheap fucking drinks. Yeah. But yeah, it's Eagles. It is like being in Philadelphia. Yes. Yeah. And that back room.
Yes, that's where
that back room they put the screen up, and then that became an open mic.
Oh shit.
And it was Wednesdays and Sunday nights, and there was a group of people that only did that open mic that were insane.
Yeah. I love any mic that has like a loyal open mic doers, like not the crowd, the people who are like, this is the only mic I do every week, and you're like, what's wrong with you?
There was this incredible dude that worked for a TV station named Eaton. Yeah. And there was a dude named Mitch that hosted it, and Ethan during Mitch's set would always go, "Hey Mitch," and so there's like a group of us that all just know like, "Hey Mitch," as like that was Sunday nights at fucking Mr. Tramp's.
That's fucking amazing.
Dude, it was I don't even remember why I brought this fucking up. I met this guy that works for Don't Tell, and I'll keep his name private so his DMs don't get blown up. But I meet him there. He's really nice. And then I told him that I wanted to try and produce a show. Yeah. Because I wasn't getting booked on anything, so I was just going to make a fucking show and book the people that I thought was really funny. Yeah. And then just get to do time up front. So he's helpful. He's telling me venues to check out because he does Don't Tell stuff, and he was super great. And then I ended up moving to LA. He connects me with people there and helps me out. Like maybe 2.5 years into comedy, I went up to San Francisco and I did a Don't Tell show.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. I did okay.
Yeah.
But it was a really fun show and it was really great. And I met these awesome people. And then when I ended up moving back to Austin, I saw the Don't Tell shows happening and I know a couple of the comics. And I reached out to one guy that books it and was like, hey, man, I'd really love to do this. And I never heard anything back. And then a guy that runs Don't Tell in LA came into town. He was like, oh, I'll hit him up on your behalf. And still nothing.
Yeah.
And then like a week ago, I got hit up. Hey, do you want to do this Don't Tell show? I was like, fuck yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So bad I do. Like
Yeah.
fucking awesome. And it felt so great because I haven't been focused on that. I sent out the one text to ask the guy, didn't hear anything back. The other guy brought it up, but that's all been like a 5-month process with like 2 interactions.
Yeah.
So like in that time, I'd had so many other good things happen and other things that I was focusing on. That when that came through, it was like, oh, fuck yeah. Don't Tell's this is great.
Yeah, yeah.
What a
good
cool
feeling.
milestone.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I get that. That's super cool. It's so fun having just I don't know, I feel like me and you have like similar approaches with it where it's like it's all just supposed to be fun. Like it's so fun and like I know like some people hate. I'm not saying like you want to celebrate, obviously, don't ever get too crazy or too cocky, but it's like you have to enjoy those moments like that when you get to do shows, you want to do events, time, like accomplishments. Like you got to take a second to be like, dude, this is fucking dope.
Yeah.
And not feel shitty about that.
Well, dude, there's so much of this that sucks. And there's
Yeah.
so many like the people like have talked about it in other pods and places, but I don't think people give enough credit to. You get on stage, you do, especially like a big opportunity, and you do your set, it goes well.
Yeah.
It's this thing you've been anxious about and nervous about for however long since you found out about it, imagining all the ways it could go right, it could go wrong. It goes right. Wow, amazing. You finish out the show, you hang out with your friends, you maybe talk a little bit afterwards, the party keeps going, and then you go home. Mm-hmm. And no matter how cool your home is or how cool whatever's going on in your home is, your significant other, whatever, like nothing is going to compare to that 10 out of 10 feeling of saying your joke and getting 300 people just exploding laughter back at you.
Yeah.
Like that kind of high matched with that level of low on such a regular basis. Like that's just so volatile.
Yeah, totally.
You have to celebrate the wins outside of when they're happening just to have some normalcy.
Yeah. I feel like a big part too is accepting, like not being as hard on the bad parts too. Like that was big for me at first. Was like I would do an open mic at the Creek and not have a good set, and it would like ruin my day. Like I would think that I ruined my life. Like I'm done. This was a mistake. You fucking suck. And then it's not that I don't care, but eventually I just had to be like, oh, this is part of it. Like you enjoy the fun and the part, and it's made it a lot more enjoyable. Because there was just a point where I hated doing open mics, which I was like, I don't have to love open mics, but you should at least not hate them.
Yeah.
And you should at least be like, it's still cool. I get to go try out some shit or fuck around and see friends.
But also, like, I think it is good to focus on, like, what it is you hate about them.
Yeah.
Because for me, like, what I hated about open mics is that, one, a lot of the people that are doing them aren't giving a fuck about what they're doing up there.
Yeah.
Or they're appearing as if they don't. They aren't putting any effort. There's no reason for them to be doing this. They don't have like a I need to do comedy drive inside of them. They're just like, I thought this was funny and I wanted to tell people.
Yeah.
So it's like, one, I hate people that are wasting all of our time. Two, I hate that everyone in the crowd is just on their phones and doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like comics don't watch comedy.
Yeah.
And like it sucks to be the only one laughing. It's stuff like, because I laugh at jokes. Like,
Yeah.
I like jokes. That's why I do this.
Yeah.
It's fuck.
No.
So like in LA, there were a lot of mics that I fucking hated, but what made it better is I had a group of friends.
Yeah.
And so we would go, and then we could just be sitting there, and we'd be laughing and joking about what was happening and laughing at that, and then we'd watch each other. And there's 4 of us, so we're spread out through the lineup, and then we can punch each other's shit up. Hey, I'm thinking about doing this one.
Yeah.
Dude, that changed open mics for me, is just going with people.
That's definitely what helped. I think a big part at first was just I was like alone because it was like I bomb and I like came here by myself, and like when you're new and you bomb, like no one wants to be friends with the guy who just bombed on stage. Like when you do good, they're like, oh hey man, hey, what is your name? Like, oh, and you want to converse, but you're just by yourself.
Don't get the gross on me.
Yeah, and you're just kind of like looking around, just hoping like, is there anyone that wants to talk to me? And it's so shitty. And then you're right. Once you have, and that's what's even cool is now like the group that I like kind of started with here in Austin. There's someone I'm bound to see at any open mic in town or any show I'm on that I like haven't at least conversated with throughout this process, that it's like I'm like, it's so cool now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like it's even you like I was on a show with a couple people I didn't know very well the other day, and we just all hung out in the green room, and then I was like, these people are fucking awesome. Like we just didn't know each other, and like
Isn't that the best?
It's like we're in a fraternity. We're still in college almost.
Dude, it's very much like a fraternity, because then when you start traveling and you go to other cities, and then you have, because we all fucking travel, and we all go to the same fucking places, and you end up and you're like, oh, you know this person, and then you've got a new friend, you're sending pictures to your friend in this city, and now it's like, dude, if I'm at a show, like there's people from all over the country that like come to Austin and like, hey dude, fucking so great, I'm coming into town, be great to see you, let's get a beer, let's do some shows, who should I hit up, and then you go in their city and they're like, dude, this guy fucking rips, and then you meet all their friends, and everywhere you go you have a bunch of new people, and no matter how different like what it is that you think about or your walk of life or how different or diverse you may be, you guys both do comedy. Yeah. So there's definitely something you can talk about.
No, dude, yeah, I fucking love it, dude. I'm glad I found, because there was just a point where I kind of just hated all of it. I think it was more just like you said, no friends, I'm not getting booked. Like the shitty times where you're supposed to feel shitty, but now it's all just fucking silly and good times. I mean, there's still shit times, but I enjoy it.
But if you can make it through the shitty times, without like just going on like a full incel rant, or like fucking, it's you people's fault. I'm the best. Yeah. You don't fucking deserve me. I hate the way the scenes run. It's so fucking clicky. Yeah. Like if you just like can keep that in and use that to like, I'm gonna prove them wrong. They're gonna fucking book me, bitch.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And then they do, and you're like, it wasn't clicky. It was me.
Yeah. I fuck with that. You want to do some would you rathers?
Yeah, let's fucking do it.
All right. Okay. Okay, so from this one is like, I have to explain a little bit of it. From the experience, you have a 60% chance of making a free throw. Would you take the free throw shot yourself, or have a stranger who has an 80% chance of making it take the free throw for you? If you miss it, you die. So like,
oh fuck.
So like,
I thought I was gonna win money or something.
No. So it's life or death. So you take keeping it in your hands with a 60% chance, or giving it to a stranger who shoots 80%.
That's the only confinement of this. Yeah. So they will attempt to shoot their best, and they will shoot 80%. Than the stranger, because that's how numbers work.
Okay,
yeah. like I don't give a fuck if it's me, dog. Like dude, even if I just know that it's a stranger shooting 80%, like my 60%, I've had one high intensity, high pressure free throw in my entire life. I got tickets to a Dallas Mavericks game.
Oh shit!
And my friend hooked it up, and she gave us like the full experience and a box. And then before the game, we got to go shoot a free throw on the court. Yeah. So there's a line of like 30 of us. And we walk down on the court. My buddy bounces, shoots a shot, misses. I'm like, I gotta fucking make this. Yeah. And there's people behind me, and they bounce, and there's people starting to fill in the stadium, and it's bright, and it's like, whoa, this is crazy. How cool! And you want to soak it in, and then just brick, just such a bad. And it's like fucking, dude, I'd die. I would for sure die.
Okay, fair.
Basketball's not my thing.
Yeah, because I thought it falls into the interesting kind of parallel to the whole like self-driving cars, where people are like, I won't do that, and it's like, well, numbers, there's more accidents of people with human error, and I think there's some people who, because I'm with you, I'm the same way, numbers, I'm going with the 80%. I'm all like, I'm just like, I'm tall, but I suck at basketball. I'm fucking terrible at it. So like, I the same way would be like, I'd take the better odds, but it would be pretty wild till you're watching this guy, and he's like, and just puts it up, air ball, and you're like, dude, what the fuck? And then just bang, you're dead.
Yeah. It would be even better though if he goes up and he dribbles and then he goes to shoot it granny style, and you're like, it is more accurate. Yeah. Like, it's a fucking, god damn it, you look dumb though. If I die because you missed it granny style, I'll shoot myself. Okay.
Some Harlem Globetrotters bullshit. Yeah. He comes out in the New Jersey Generals jersey. You're like, oh, I'm fucked, dude.
God damn. Yeah.
he makes it, but it like goes back up
Dude,
through.
that's what they should do with the WNBA. They should make them play the Harlem Globetrotters.
Harlem Globetrotters would
That's
run
how
their
they.
shit, bro.
Well, no shit, they run everyone's shit. The point of it is that the Harlem Globetrotters are awesome.
Yeah.
But then you let them sell tickets.
Mm-hmm.
No one's going to WNBA games. Harlem Globetrotters games, amazing.
Yeah, but
who are the people playing against them? Nobody fucking cares. WNBA players.
Guaranteed. The problem though is one. There's gonna be two problems because half of the people are gonna be like, you have to let the women win. What'd you do this just to show? But then if the women win, I feel like a majority of Harlem Globetrotter fans are people who don't like women. It's not.
No.
Yeah.
Dude. No. Well,
Hey,
I
hold
think.
on. Let me turn that. There you go. The mic it got faced the wrong way.
All right, my bad.
No, it's okay.
So, I think the Globetrotters.
Yeah.
So generally, what happens in their games is they don't have real referees.
Yeah, it's it's scripted, right? It's not real.
Shut up. Shut up. Wrestling's real. Globetrotters are real. Shut your whore fucking mouth, Brayden. You're telling me
sorry.
he's not really spinning the ball on his finger? It looks like
And
he
no
is.
one can grab it.
Yeah. They're like, it's hard.
It's all CGI.
I haven't been
dude.
to a game in 20 years. So
Yeah.
like the way I remember it is they were
You're like, this
like
is amazing,
the
dude.
Space Jam team. Dude, they were unreal. But
That's amazing.
But I think if you just make the Globetrotters play for real versus the WNBA for real, don't do any fuckery, just real athleticism, no scripting, allegedly, none of that.
Yeah.
Just let them play.
Harlem Globetrotters by 50.
Okay, that's why I want to watch.
But that is funny. Like, I mean, obviously, I know the Harlem Globetrotters players aren't like dog shit because you still have to make the baskets and be athletic. But I wonder if you put them in like a real game against like G League players, the like lower division of the NBA, who would win? Do you think? I still think the G League teams would probably fuck them up.
Yeah, I agree.
But like, I don't think
Because if they could be in the G League, they wouldn't be Globetrotters. Yeah, they would like it's the same thing as like the street ball guys, like that the professor or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that dude, it's incredible. And playing against normal people, he shits on them. But then if he plays against an NBA player, they're gonna be like, "Stop."
Yeah.
Hey, I'm 6'8". Stop. Just let him go against fucking Zion.
Fair, yeah.
Like chunky Zion, Mount Zion,
body
dude.
in the paint, dude. Teeth knocked out.
Yeah, he tries to fucking do his little shove it, and Zion's like, "What?"
Yeah.
and then he takes the ball and just posters you, dude. It's fucking.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Okay, so for this one is, would you rather relive the pain of every injury in your life up to this point all at once, or vomit cumulatively all the vomit you've thrown up your entire life?
Boy, howdy.
This one is one of the better ones I've seen because I get these from Reddit, and this one is really fucking good because, like, no matter who you are, you've endured even all the toe stubs or like times you've fallen off your bike as a kid.
Dude, I've had some bad knife accidents.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
I played football for 10 years.
Yeah, dude, concussion.
I've had
broken
3
bones. Yeah.
I've only broken a bone once, and it didn't hurt that bad.
Okay.
But I did fall off the back of a truck going 30 and have a giant hematoma on the bottom of my spine for 8 months.
Oh.
And
But I know you like to drink. I know you've thrown up a lot.
bingo.
Yeah.
That's why this became like a fucking real dilemma, because it's like, if I felt all of the pain at once, I don't know that I would live because of the brain injuries in a row. Like, because I've had a baseball bat to the head and a couple of helmets to the head. So, like, all those at once probably going to kill me. But also, cumulative puke, unless I got an IV plugged in, I'm for sure dying.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I was reading the because they always put like the little tiny writing below, and it says that for the pain, you feel all this pain at once for 5 minutes, and then it's over. And the vomit is however long it takes till you run out of vomit. So it's like, I guess then it kind of goes like, okay,
How much did I drink that day, though? Because I'm
much-
just going to puke and then dry heat for a while, you know?
I mean, let's
If this
just
is
assume
magic
for this,
puke?
it's just magic puke.
So it
it's-
won't kill me?
Nah, it won't kill you either. It's just
Then I'm
like-
going to take puke.
Yeah, because it's like, even if, let's say you have 20 minutes worth of puke.
Yeah.
Is
it's a lot
4
longer than 20 minutes,
is
dog.
Is it 4 times less bad than all your pain? I'd say way much less, because it's like 5. Yeah, it's only 5 minutes, but all that pain
Yeah.
together, dude.
Yeah.
All together. Like, bro, I've blown out hamstrings. Like, that pain would fucking hurt, bro.
I did a belly flop off a 40-foot cliff, and when I hit the water, it shredded skin off of my belly, and I was just bleeding. There weren't cuts. Blood was just coming out of the skin. And then when I was floating there, realizing that I was going to live, a girl up there threw a pool noodle at me to help me, like, float, and it hit me javelin style in the fucking face.
You poor child.
So, like, that. No, I was 20.
Oh, no.
Dog, I was 20. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I've had a lot of here. What I will say, the reason I'm going to go with puking, one time I was going to a Dead Mouse concert with some friends here in Austin.
Of course you are.
And I'm in town with my boss. We're staying at this fancy ass hotel.
Yeah.
Me and him go and eat some like funky ass sushi. There's a lot of weird stuff, but I'm into sushi, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll try it. So I'm eating the sushi, and then my friend picks me up and he hands me a couple points of Molly. So I eat the Molly.
Yeah.
And then like 30 minutes later, the sushi starts to fuck me up. And I'm like, oh no. And then I started to get really bad food poisoning and roll my tits off at the same time.
Oh, no.
So I'm like starting to feel happy and giddy. Like, and I'm like, I can't be a Dead Mouse for this. So I have to leave Dead Mouse.
No.
I walk from the Moody Center, like down the ACL Live, across to the hotel we're staying at. So I'm walking across that bridge.
Yeah.
But because of the time at night and whatever else was going on, there's no one out. So I'm the only person on this bridge. And it's beautiful. So I'm puking over the bridge. And my nipples are hard because it's fucking awesome. Like, dude, my uvula is a clit. Dude, it's just like,
Your G-spot, dude.
yeah. So I'm puking off the bridge, and then I'm like, the moon. Like, so then I finally make it back to my hotel, and my boss is in the room working on stuff. And I was like, hey, Scott, I got to tell you something. I did a bunch of ecstasy, so I'm rolling pretty hard. And he goes, why are you here? I was like, I also have food poisoning. So if you don't like to hear puking, I suggest going somewhere, but I'm gonna go throw up in the bathroom for a while. And he was like, all right, buddy. So I took my AirPods, put them in, and then just turned on Dead Mouse and just sat there by the toilet going, so if before this I'm just gonna take a couple points of Molly, and then I'm gonna love the shit out of puking.
That's impressive that your body was able to like absorb the Molly before it started just really, but like that was like the perfect storm, dude.
Yeah.
God, that sounds so fucking intense.
It was so much to feel.
I would wish that on my worst enemy, dude.
Yeah, it was like a very confusing sensation to like be throwing up and your face all engorged and swollen from the blood going up there, and your stomach hurts, but you're like, this is nice. Like, what?
All right, dude. We're going to do one more Would You Rather, then we'll wrap it up here.
Okay.
Would you rather not change your underwear for a year, not brush your teeth for 2 years, or smoke a cigarette of poison ivy one time?
Oh,
The poison ivy cigarette just is like a thing I've never heard of, and that itself sounds pretty fucking awful. Like the rash you would get all over your face and your mouth and in your tongue. You probably get a rash in your throat, right?
Yeah, in your lungs?
In your lungs, it probably. I don't think I could do that one. I don't want to do that at all.
I think it would kill you.
Yeah, dude. All right.
Would you rather be gross or die? That's what I don't know.
So I'm not doing the smoke the poison ivy. So then it's just between don't change my underwear for a year or don't brush the teeth for 2 years.
Fuck.
Cause bro, like underwear gets musty, especially in this Texas swamp ass heat.
Yeah.
Like. That would be so gross.
But also, you can't talk to people if you don't brush your fucking teeth.
Yeah, it would get so rancid. I mean, fuck, dude.
I'm going to go with don't brush my teeth, and then I'm going to chew an insane amount of gum.
Okay, yeah. What if you couldn't do anything to help improve it? So, like, you can't, because you could then also be like, oh, I'll just Febreze my underwear.
That's not going to help. You're going to fart so many times over a collective fucking...
Fuck, yeah.
There's going to be just
eat
shit.
So much food. Like, I guess even gum would still not.
Well, dude, and just think about, like, the fucking dribbles. Like, you're probably not there in your life yet, but the older you get...
The little dribble, the little pee-pee dribble.
It becomes more, no matter how much you shake.
Oh, shit.
There's just
really?
Yeah, it's weird.
That sucks.
So you just have little dribbles. So... That's eventually going to collect up, and you're going to have just shitty pee-pee underwear and sweat. Especially if you sweat like me.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I got to go teeth just because there's no possible way I can walk around smelling like a fucking porta potty.
I can only wear black pants on stage because my ass sweats so bad.
That's so funny.
Like watch, you'll never see me on stage with anything besides black pants because I wore khakis and I sweat all the way down my backside. Like you can see it. Like it's embarrassing.
I need you to do it once.
Okay.
So that we can see it because you got to get pictures of it because that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It's so bad. Like, and the problem is like because of who I am, like I get like a little bit of like anxiety and then or like thrill or any feeling like that, I start to sweat. And so like I get that at any open mic and anytime I go on stage. So I like just have to not wear, like I have like 5 pairs of pants that I never wear because of that reason. It fucking sucks.
Dude, I sweat so much.
Yeah.
So much. I always have. It's not like a hyperhidrosis thing. It's literally like, but I already have high blood pressure from being fat and anxiety.
Yeah.
I have terrible anxiety. And before I go on stage, like it peaks. When I had my like whoop strap, I stopped paying for it because it's like I wasn't doing anything except telling me I was dying. So I was like, I don't need the extra anxiety of knowing how bad everything's going. But my heart rate during a 10-minute set was enough. I would burn like 250 calories.
Damn.
It's wild.
That's insane.
Because I would get so excited and nervous, and the higher the stakes. Like when I got on Kill Tony, dude, I do a lot of shows. Yeah. Like, and I don't mean that to like brag, but I'm just saying like as a statement of fact, I do a lot of shows. The Saturday before that, I did 5 shows in one night. Like I had an hour and 7 minutes of stage time in front of different fucking crowds, and it was awesome and really exciting. And during all of those, the biggest anxiety was, can I make it to the next place on time, make my spot? And then like when I'd get up on stage, when I'd get to the venue and realize I had time, I'd be like. And then I just go do my set, and it went great. I get called for Kill Tony, and my heart rate was so much that if you watch my set, dude, I checked out mentally completely just trying to breathe because my heart just boom, 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 boom.
Fuck.
You can hear me barely able to catch my breath from 30 steps. Like I'm fat, but I'm not that fat. It's just literally my heart rate is going so fast that I can't get enough oxygen in and talk. So I'm like, so you guys probably can tell by looking at me, like it's so weird, and it still worked, but like it took like a minute into the interview before I could like breathe and talk, just because my heart rate and anxiety get up so much for that.
High.
So like I'm sweating a lot. I think I'm gonna start bringing a towel on stage.
That's not a bad idea.
But it's so distracting. To have one on the I got to figure out how to do it the right way.
Get like a little like pocket square ass towel and like keep it in your back pocket and then
Dog, that is not gonna cover it.
I
What I usually do is before I get on stage, I'll take a handful of bar napkins and just fucking wipe my face down. But then I have soaked bar napkins. Like, dude, 4 napkins is usually what it takes. So
you know
like,
those like shitty, like everyone had them and like the do-rags that you can dunk in water and they cool you down. Just time to bring the do-rag back and just dunk it in water and go on stage dripping wet and it'll cool you down, you know? Like you're working construction or some shit.
Dude, I bought this shirt. Let's tell this and we can get out of here. I know we've gone a while, but I bought this shirt because I was with Jonathan Kite at Comedy Club Kansas City, and it was so hot, and it just sweating on stage, and like they'd turn the AC on in the green room, we'd be great, but then you'd get out of the showroom, and just because there were so many people, it was hot. Yeah. And so Kite was talking about how hot he was, and I was like, what do people do about this? You know, like this is a common problem, and they have these shirts that have like gel packs on them. And you stick them in the freezer, and then you put the shirt on, and it keeps your like core temperature like 20 degrees cooler.
Oh, damn.
So I bought one. Yeah. I put it on. I put it in the freezer. Yeah. And then I put it on to test it, and I went to like a work day, my day job, where I work like a trade show where I'm on my feet and talking to people. So like, and it's in like a warehouse kind of setting for this one, like an art warehouse thing. So it was a decent test run. And for the first hour, it was incredible. Yeah. It was like, oh man, I'm like, I feel I could put on a long sleeve shirt in here. Yeah. This is fucking nice. And then as my body defeated it with the heat, I now just have like warm pus sacs all over my body that are continually getting hotter and hotter. And so it went from like this nice thing to like, I gotta get this off. Oh, it felt like I had like a sunburn filling with just fluid just hanging off my body.
Fuck, dude.
Nightmare.
You got to get it put in your right, or just have one like frozen for you. Slip it on right as you go on stage. Right as it starts to get hot, you know you're done with your hour, and then just get the fuck off.
Yeah.
That'll be the way to do it.
Dude, yeah. When I'm at a place where I can have a rider, that's going to be part of it.
Yeah. All right, dude, I want to give you a second plug. We didn't get to talk much about your special and your podcast, but plug all that. Everything will be in the bio. And then,
awesome. When does this come out?
This should be out by Wednesday.
Okay, sick.
Yeah.
Well, the special will be coming out on my YouTube, just Mike Eaton.
Yeah.
I think it's the Mike Eaton or something like that. But just go Mike is Eaton on Instagram. My podcast, Highly Social, is very fun. I get high with comedians. For legal purposes, we just get high.
Yeah.
And we talk. So it's fun. Come check it out. But dude, this was a great time.
No, dude, it was so much fun. Thanks for doing it. Yeah, guys, go show him some love. Everything will be in the bio. You can follow it there. If you follow the page, we'll be reposting his special when he drops it and all that. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for listening. Whether this is your first time or your
last
123rd time, your last time, I appreciate you. But most importantly, thank you for letting us be your last resort. See ya.
This has been a Your Last Resort production.